It's gonna be a pinwheel. Okay, I'm live. All right, cool. Another brutal day working in a hot machine shop. Worst part about it, definitely, well, the monotony as always, but also just sweating in this heat. Even when you got like two fans on, it's pretty brutal. You open up the lathes and the heat hits you, and it's brutal. Um, but we got to do it. 3 more to go. Um, Yes, I've been thinking about this whole what's going on in DC, what they're doing, what they plan on doing with what I'm most concerned about, as I hear most people concerned is what they plan on doing with people who are homeless, who 60% of them are mentally, you know, not well. It's kind of the reason they are in that situation to begin with. Um, as far as this violence going on, I watched Asmongold's stream on it, and he seemed pretty stoked. He didn't really seem like he felt like it was 1984 coming at us. Um, I don't know if uh, I feel like they wanted to roll this out during the original when the LA riots were first happening, or sorry, protests were first happening uh, against the ICE raids and stuff. Um, but I know they wanted to. I think that's why Gavin Newsom is suing Trump for getting involved. What I'm mostly concerned of is this even like constitutional what they're going to do in DC. It's like, is criminalizing homelessness, yeah, constitutional? It's like, first of all, there isn't enough room in these shelters. There's not enough room during normal times. But if you're going to like literally force everyone that's currently on the streets, that even if they wanted to go into the shelters, and there's plenty of reasons not to want to go into these shelters, if there's no room available during normal times, then where are they going to go? Where are they going to take these people? Um, and I'm also reminded there's plenty of reasons to not want to go into a shelter, especially if you have kids, for one. Um, which I hopefully you don't. I don't know how legal it is to be on the streets and have minors with you. But one of my favorite kind of books, true life book by Tom Conover called Rolling Nowhere. He was a dude that a journalist who actually rode the rails with homeless people, or homeless people, hobos, hobos that would ride the rails illegally, of course. And they would just go from city to city to find work. It's kind of an antiquated thing. It's not really much of a thing anymore. It's but people still do it. Young kids still do it, mostly like crust punk types, I see. And just look for work from city to city. But anyway, they would always avoid the shelters because, one, you get your stuff stolen from you, you can't like have it. You have to like check it. What's up, bud? There's nothing up here. You took it. So oftentimes you would get all your gear stolen, and it was interesting because Ted Conover's, like, I think in one scenario he did actually lose all his stuff, and he was like he wanted an authentic experience, so he could have just like went home or had his parents send him more gear, whatever was stolen from him. But he was like, no, I'm going to start from scratch and actually do this the right way. And yeah, that was his lesson. It was like the shelters are just trouble, and on top of that, they're like dirty. Uh, you're just really close to a lot of people with health issues, and it's a good way to spread pestilence because it's not like they have access to health insurance either. So there's that problem. So yeah, I probably should have looked into this first before I started talking about it, but I say that a lot recently on these streams. But I don't understand how it's constitutional to just force citizens to be anywhere they don't want to be. And one of Asmongold's viewers, because he was talking more, he was more concerned with this alleged violence, and one of the points he said was, because first of all, if a quick Google search, now granted, Google, right? It's more of a lot of these tech industries are more leftist, if you will. Cats are fighting. But anyway, for the most part, they're saying violent crime has been down for a couple of years now. So it's really a non-issue that things are getting more violent. And Asmongold's take was that oftentimes the violent crime aren't getting reported, which really, I mean, like if I was attacked, I would definitely report it. I would just be like, I'm fine. Like, first of all, what if like you were injured for insurance? Like, you want a police report of somebody beating the shit out of you. What if they come back? What if they come search you down and want to finish the job or something? It's like, I don't see that being a very common thing of just like, I'm not gonna. It's no big deal. I was probably asking for it or whatever. He didn't really expound upon that concept, but I doubt that it's so significant that it would lower the crime statistics that much. Like it's down, like I think it's like 25% down, which is weird because things are only getting harder out there, more expensive. Another take he had was someone in his chat mentioned like something about like, and it was on the face of it kind of, if you're more like left leaning, maybe like, yeah, exactly, that's a good point. But if you actually think about it for more than a minute, it's like, no, it's dumb. And this guy, the person said was violent crime is a result of wealth disparity. And it's like, no, doing violent crime is if anything, more of a sign of the fact that we don't have proper mental health care. It's more of an insurance thing, right? It's like, and even back in the day, what do they do with mentally unwell people? Instead of them being out on the street, they were pushed into these like hellhole institutions and like to sit in their own piles of shit. The Geraldo Rivera documentary about God, I forget the name of it. Doesn't matter. You probably know what I'm talking about if you know. But anyway, I'm off track again. He said, no, a person that does a violent crime just needs to go to jail, which is true, because a bad example of an acceptable crime is the classic, like, would you steal bread if your children were starving? It's like, that's an acceptable crime because that's actually extreme wealth disparagement, where I'm not going to kill anybody for food, but I'm going to steal shit to try to get food or whatever I need, whatever I need, not want, of course. And I feel like we're getting closer and closer to that kind of stuff. And so it's like manufacturing consent. Are they going to criminalize theft of like anything over $10? We're putting you in jail for, you're more, the more jobs are going away, the more is like, what are we going to do with all these useless eaters, right? So would we be more valuable being put away in camps, in gulags, in jails, and turned into free labor so we can compete with China. Because how else would any American want to sign up for competing with slave labor? You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to see a pattern here, and it feels like manufacturing consent. And I feel that like a lot of these alt-right guys are a little too on board for this draconian, militarization of our cities. It's not going to go anywhere good, I don't think. And like, as soon as Trump was elected, you heard a lot of people like immediately going like, "Oh," it's like sounding like Alex Jones, sudden like Blue Anon types, I guess. It's like they're gonna round us up. They're gonna round us up. Anybody that doesn't go along with them is like, "Yeah, that's you're kind of. Let's just see what happens." And weirdly, I don't know, man. Trump is doing shit that's stupid. Economically, the tariffs were dumb. Like I've said before, we don't have infrastructure to pull this shit off all overnight. And 10 years of pain, 10 years, that's optimistic. It's gonna be a bit much, it's gonna be a bit longer than 10 years. But more importantly, we didn't have to do it like that. Like, you're on one tonight, man. Leave her alone. Stop it. God damn it. Anyway. Where was I? Kind of doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't think it's headed anywhere good. What else I want to say about that? Oh, it's the stuff he's been doing is dumb. The whole Iran thing was stupid. I 100% think he is completely compromised and, kind of a, what do they call it? A controlled opposition. Yeah, I think Mossad has Epstein, certain dude everyone's talking about with his list. I think Netanyahu can do whatever he wants and is running the show. And we're sending so much money over to this stupid proxy war. Well, not proxy. This has been going on for like 100 years at this point, over 100 years. PBS did a really good documentary about the Israel-Palestine conflict. Wait, it couldn't be 100 years. They were like put there after World War II. Anyway, it's been. I need to watch that again. That's good. I forget what it's called. Anyway, and also the assassination attempt. I gotta say, when I actually saw footage of that, I was like, "There's something off about this." There was a Trump rally where a balloon or something popped, and it sounded like a gunshot, and Trump freaked out. I gotta watch that again. I gotta look that up because there's a difference between balloon popping and a gunshot. And if you're that, what I'm saying was he wasn't afraid when he heard some dude with a machine gun emptying his clip. He's, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna dig into it more later, but like do a proper video, not a stream on it. But here's the thing. There's also been released another angle of it, which is really dang and really weird. Mainly the Secret Service pushing photographers around as Trump's taking cover. It's like if somebody is shooting and you're in the target zone, you all want to go. You want to get away, right? Why would you be? He's like pushing around this photographer, so he's like, "Yeah, right here, right here, right here. Take your photos now." And there's even like they lower the flag. Like, why would the crane operator just lower the flag? And I know it's like too many people like that just can't keep a secret, but I don't think that kind of stuff matters anymore. They'll just call it fake news. I don't know. But another thing that I just in my gut just felt that it was off. It felt too much like a movie. It's like the ADHD thing where it's like I see the patterns and it's like this doesn't feel real. It feels fabricated, which I think it was. Because I remember also thinking after I saw it, I was like, oh, he's for sure. I mean, like Kamala didn't even have to run garbage race. She had no chance. Dems just run. Dems just lose intentionally. And nobody likes them. And they lie. And they just seem scummy. And it's editing interviews, not going on popular podcasts, but spending $250,000 on a podcast that agreed to all your conditions. It just seems so weak. Such a weak move. More about the assassination attempt. First of all, the kid, right? Everything about that dude weird. In a BlackRock commercial, you've heard it all before. In contact with an FBI agent. So things have already come out that they probably are bummed that came out, but they came out pretty quickly. So I feel like an asshole when I say this stuff because I don't. Do I really believe it? I don't. I just don't like. I don't like feeling like a fool. You know what I mean? Especially when I get my gut instinct. I've learned to trust my gut at this point because it's smarter than my logic. It just fucking knows shit. It's like cyclical. I mean, obviously my gut's a metaphor, but you know what I'm saying? My subconscious, my deep down conscious. Conscious. But so he's standing there, right? The dude's just allowed to fire off round after round after round. It's like he was allowed to creep up on the roof, and he was spotted. They knew he had a rangefinder. It's like, why else will you have a rangefinder? It's a tool specifically for arsenal, missiles, for guns, maybe photographers. I don't know. I don't know any photographers that use a rangefinder. No, it's literally is for arsenal stuff because you're trying to figure out where your bullet or your bomb is going to go. So he's allowed to be up there with that. Police spot him. Nobody does anything. That's really fucking strange. And then I looked back. I couldn't find a photo of, because it was filmed, right? Shouldn't there be a still of it whizzing past his head? Bullets move fast, but you can see they show up. And what was really weird is too is like the one that the dude's firing, right? And the guy filming it, the shot is steady the whole time, but as soon as the one that nicks him, all of a sudden it goes, even before it nicks him, it goes, so you can't make out shit. It's pretty weird, right? Pretty convenient. I don't know. When I say these things, like I sound like an asshole, but I don't actually believe them. But it's all connected. And the whole like you need to upload your state IDs to certain social media. I think that was supposed to be today, but maybe it's tomorrow. We'll see, but I'm not doing that because then they're incorporating all this Palantir shit to control, the narrative. They lie, of course, they lie about everything. It's to protect kids, to make sure it's like, watch your kids, man. The internet is not for kids. Get them the fuck off. We're talking about real shit here, and we have every right to criticize things that are steering us in bad places and our involvement with a genocide. And now there's like, isn't there like guns growing, a gun grab going on in New England? Like, you can't have guns. They're taking away guns. That's a bad sign. So, man, I feel like I'm becoming my dad, because I remember back in the day he used to talk about this stuff, but nowhere near the amount of things that happened back then were as crazy as what's happening now. It really feels like it's picking up. It's picking up. And I wonder if we're like headed towards, not that it matters. Does it really matter if it's an authoritarian type of fascism or fascism? It's all the erosion of your rights forever. Remember when Obama was like, we're going to overturn the Patriot Act because it takes away your right. He didn't give, that was all just still there, still have Homeland Security, all these organizations that are popping up to police certain people. It's not good. Anyway, yeah, I need to go to the gym. But I'm gonna upgrade my RAM and see if I can't, because just streaming, like, this is boring, and it's funner to share screens and stuff than just hear me drone on and see my face in my still disheveled room that I need to deal with. But hopefully I can make better, cooler live content when I upgrade my RAM. That should be coming Saturday. So, yeah. All right. Bye. Bye. Goodbye.